All right, live on Facebook. All right, I think I'm live streaming in the group. Let's see, there we go. All right, I am going to share my screen. Yes, look at this. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. Yes, okay, so welcome to welcome to our action hour. We wanted to record this so you guys have something to come back to. I'm just gonna scroll down. Something you can come back to for your work hours. So this is for Coach Basics, and we wanted to have something where you guys can come and watch and be able to walk through an action hour with us. We call these action/power hours. So whatever you wanna call it, you'll probably hear the term power hour a lot around coaching. That's just what we do, is we sit down and we work our business for an hour, depending on your schedule / if you're part-time, full-time, or hobby coach. So we're going to start out by doing top 10 impact declarations, okay? So our IPAs is abbreviated for income producing activities. So what that means is we're going to go through the most important things with impact, like actual, action, and going through them, and not just like zooming through and working our business in 5 minutes, but actually like sitting down to do this together and have like some sense of belief behind it so we know what we're doing. So IPAs means income producing activities. Those are the top 3 things that move your business forward. Like, these are the top 3 things, and every single day you need to be doing these as much as you can, depending, like I said, on your schedule. So first impact declaration is I will get out of my own way. Sorry, my dog is literally eating my fucking Wi-Fi cords. Get out of here. Number 2 is I understand that my journey is my job. Number 3 is I know that inaction breeds doubt and fear, and that action breeds confidence and courage. Number 4, I will stay in the trenches of personal development that speak to me. Number 5, I know that this is a gift and that I have an obligation to share it. Number 6, I will find people to do life with who also may be doing Beachbody with me. Number 7, I will lean into my warm market, people who know, like, and trust me, to create momentum in my business while I show up on social media and help my cold market get to know, like, and trust me. Number 8, I will lead with my most authentic heart. Number 9, I will stay consistent for long enough, trust the process. And number 10, I will pivot and be flexible in finding a system that works for me. So if you're watching this back, I'd love you to, can someone come adopt him, please? I would love you to drop below your favorite declaration that I just said out loud. For me, I really love what number is it? 7? Yes, no, 8. I will lead with my most authentic heart, because I think so often we as coaches don't show our authenticity, and that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing, is to actually lead our business with authenticity and also our journeys, right? We want to be authentic through the journey so that we can help women be authentic as well. So drop below, if you're watching this in the Coach Basics, what your favorite 1 out of 1 to 10 was. Okay, so tracking. This is very important as a new coach, especially. if you're like an existing coach and you just need a refresher and maybe you just never started this with your power hours, tracking is very key so you don't lose who you're chatting with. You also need to track people that sign up with you, right? Because you need their emails and you need to be able to send them, newsletters or emails every week, or keep track of your people and check in with them for, their products and programs. So the biggest thing that's a little bit easier is to do collections on Instagram. So what I mean by a collection is you're going to go to your Instagram page, and you can do this on Facebook. It's a little more complicated. So I really recommend just trying to work your business off Instagram for now. You're going to go to your Instagram page and you're going to click the little things up here, the little lines. You're going to click saved. It looks like a bookmark. Okay, and then you're gonna see all these boxes pop up. So you're gonna create a new collection with the plus sign, and you're gonna title it, say, April. Okay, so we're gonna title one April. So you're gonna create the collection, and then click done, and you're gonna have like this screen. It's gonna say start saving. So what you're gonna wanna do is anyone maybe you're talking to right now about the boot camp, you're gonna save their photo to the April collection. Anyone that maybe you're following this week, okay? This would be better off if it was like the first of the month. You would create like May, right, in April. So anyone you're like following, you're gonna save their photo into April. That way you can go back there and connect with their photos and like their stuff and comment on their pictures and like really build a relationship with them. So hopefully, like one of the things above said, you want your cold market to get to know, like, and trust you, right? So that's a way to do that, is to be able to connect with them. So personally, I will just share what I do. Say I sent a new follower message so we did this last night and I had some replies. So let's say I did it to Brittany, okay? So I sent Brittany a new follower message. She replied to me. I'm gonna go to her page and just click her photo of her baby. And I'm gonna hold and save this bookmark. Whoops, hold and save the bookmark, and it's gonna pop up at the bottom, and you're gonna click your April collection. Okay, so that way like whenever she has a new post during Power Hour, you can go in there and like her stuff and make sure like she comes back and follows you or whatever, just depending on the situation. So that's one way of tracking is collections. We will go more into depth in that in the Facebook group, and I will kind of explain more collections that you can do. The next one is pen and paper. So I have like a planner. I also just use a plain notebook, and I use a tracker every week that I print off from our coach page, okay? So we gave you the assignment to use the 30 Worthy tracker, and it is in what court? I think the guides and then inviting tab, I think, the inviting video in the comments. So go in there, print out the 30 Worthy tracker and get used to that, because we're going to have a challenge going down in April. So this is a little more complicated, but it has all the things that I need to get done to be a successful coach. Okay. So pen and paper, I have literally been making sections on my notebook. Okay. So these are my IPAs that we did last night. I have a section for invites. I have a section for follow-ups, and I have a section for who I added on social media. So this paper way is not how I track my people. It's how I track every day to make sure, like, okay, Bailey, you only did 10 invites. Tomorrow, let's try 20. So I know for a fact, like, this is my accountability, and this is what I did on paper, okay? So that's what you can do, is like pen and paper, but also have like another sort of tracking system as well. And then other options, oh my God, hold on a second. Come here. You can't eat my lamb. Stop. I gotta put him in his kennel. Get in there. Okay, so other options are Google Streak. I believe you have to pay now for it. It might be like $14 a month. And there's Teamsy, which is $19 a month. So a couple different options, but I just recommend starting with pen and paper first and collections as a brand new coach. So, all right, so we're gonna expand, okay? this is a really big thing for if you don't think you have a lot of followers starting off. This is a way to expand your market, and it's a way to connect with new women. Just like I said, I sent new follower messages to girls last night, and the only reason I was able to do that is because I expanded my network and connected with them. Okay, so quality over quantity. We are going to follow new people, but you don't have to follow like 50 people a day, you guys. You just need about 10 to 15 women that you actually would vibe with, okay? So what you're gonna do is go to maybe your Facebook friends and go to their friends and add 10 people. Maybe you're gonna go to an Instagram friend and you're gonna go click their followers and kind of add 10 people there. It's kind of like a rabbit hole. You will feel like you went down some sort of rabbit hole in Instagram and you're finding so many new people. You can go to location hashtags. If you think there's a lot of Beachbody coaches in your town, there probably is, or people doing Beachbody. So stray away from like Beachbody hashtag, Target, like all like the stores, right? I would really hone in on boutiques, hair salons, delis, coffee shops, something like that. And then similar pages, like things that you love. Okay, maybe it's a TJ Maxx page, maybe it's a brand that you use, maybe it's I don't know, something you bought last week from just like a small business on Instagram. You're gonna go to that page and that's where you're gonna find at least 10 to 15 people. So I want you to, on your piece of paper, write 325 if you're doing this today. And then you're gonna put expand and underline it, okay? And I want you to put 1 through 15 on the lines. So we're gonna go follow 15 new people or add 15 Facebook friends. I kind of do half and half, that way I have traction on both. So find a page, drop it in the chat or drop it in the comments of this Power Hour on Facebook. Let us know where you're connecting from. We wanna know, like, are you actually doing it or are you just sitting there watching us? Where are you gonna connect from, what page or what Facebook group? Okay, I'll give you about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm trying to drop mine in the chat. I'm connecting off of a cup page. So let us know where you're connecting from. Can you still see those slides or can you see the chat? You can see them? Okay. Also, I do follow private pages just depending on what their bio says. I don't follow a private page if their bio is blank. I make sure it says something like this girl says, live your best life. Georgia something and then ATL/TPA. So if it has something in the bio and you like their profile picture, you could totally follow them. I would not count out private profiles. Okay, I got 15 done. Let us know how many you followed. I actually switched over to a corgi page, so if you have a dog, you can do that too. All right. Next is connecting. So you're gonna go do some sort of connecting. Oh my god. Off of stories. So if you just followed anyone that had stories, you can definitely reply to them. I replied to this girl's story asking her where she got something that she put on her story. So you can like ask questions. You can engage on their polls, engage in the question boxes. So sometimes people will be like, what are you doing? Go. I literally can't.
I'm showing you my cup.
Yes, they've already seen go. Oh my god, go. So I've seen question boxes on people's stories before that say like, what's the best pre-workout? One girl put, what's the best self-tanner? So I would like comment in there, and then you could even message and be like, hey, share the results. Like I want to see them or something. So that's a good idea. You could go to your post, go to who liked it or commented, and just kind of like comment back, reply to what they said, go, thank them for liking your photo. Happy, what's an example? Happy Thursday. Thank you for liking my post today. What are 5 facts about you? I don't know, whatever your post was about. Collections, you can go through once you have people saved in your collection, go through that and love on the people. That's exactly what I just said when we were creating collections together. So anyone that I just followed, I'm going to go back and I'm going to save them to my April collection. And I'm going to make sure that I go back there during my power hour tomorrow and I like their stuff and comment and just like be a genuine person. You can view other stories. So if you scroll all the way over on your Instagram at the top of stories and scroll all the way over to the ones that are probably like darkened out. Yeah, there's a ton. So if you just scroll all the way down, you could like reply to people's stories that way. Following lists. So if you go to who you're following, sort by latest, followed latest, you can connect with them, bless and release or unfollow. So like I kind of will go back through and see who I, followed over the week. And if I just don't vibe with someone, I just unfollow them. So that's a really good way to also unfollow people. So we will connect. Let us know if you left comments, likes, or liked their photos, if you replied to stories, engaged on polls, etc. You can also put on your paper connecting or connected or connections or whatever you want to label it, put a line underneath and then write down the 15 people that you connected with. Or you could just know in your head that you did that. If you want to write it down, go ahead. So Courtney brought up a good thing. If you go to your least, or you go to following, least interacted with, you can see kind of like who you don't see on your page very much. That's a good way to unfollow people to kind of get your who you're following down. And then I also use that so I can go back through and like, if someone actually has stories up, I'll reply to them and not unfollow them. So it kind of helps you weed out people and also connect again with them to see if they do come back and follow you. And don't follow over, what is it, 100? I think you'll get blocked if you unfollow people too fast. Now I'm switching to Facebook stories. So I have just like a waffle thing from this morning, and I'm just gonna message people that saw it and say team waffle or pancake question mark, just to like engage with them. So that's also an idea if you have any stories up. All right, we're going to move on. Inviting. So this is probably one of the biggest. I had a girl message me back. I'm team French toast. Not waffles or pancakes. So inviting is really big for your business because that's how you're going to bring new people into your team and the sisterhood. We probably invited you if you're a newer coach. Obviously, your coach invited you to join her. And then all of the women in our sisterhood, we've invited to join us. So the way we've been able to do that is to connect and engage with people. So if you're a newer coach and you don't really have anyone to invite, you probably do. You're just like looking over it. But expanding and connecting is the biggest thing for you to bring new people in. So I want you, if you're a newer coach in the Coach Basics watching this, to make a list of 100. Like we said, it was one of the assignments on the videos. I did mine and I made my list of 100 from Facebook. I just went to my Facebook friends and wrote from DEFGHIJ to 100 people. So I did that and I've been going through, I kind of like split it up 20 per day I'm inviting. So that way I don't overwhelm myself with my messages and my inbox getting too full. So that's a good idea, is your Facebook friends list. If you're a newer coach, and I'm 3 years into the business and still inviting off my Facebook friends list. Another way is to go to your post likes, your coming out post people that commented or supported you, your story watchers, anyone that's watching stories on Facebook or Instagram, friends, family, contact lists in your phone. And the main thing with this is to just invite them as casually as you would like to lunch. You're not trying to bombard them with a lot of words. You're not trying to bombard them with lots of emojis. It really is just as simple as like, hey, I saw you catching a glimpse of my stories lately. I'd love to give you some more information on our April Sweat Studio. Would you be interested or would you be down? Question mark. It's something as simple as that. Doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. This really should feel like a blessing. And it can feel scary at first, but inviting is something that you have to be able to do as a coach, because you're never going to be able to like talk to new people if you can't invite them. So allow this to be a natural thing. And if someone's engaging with your content on your page anywhere, you're opening the door for an invite. Like if they're in your storefront, you're inviting them. So I'm going to finish out my list of 100. Again, on your piece of paper, you're going to put invites and underline it, and then you're going to number it. I want you to try and send at least 10. If you're a newer coach, and if you're not a new coach, try and send at least 20 to 30. And my method is to really like invite. So I like to invite Fridays and Mondays, so that way I can respond to messages on Monday from Friday over the weekend. And then on Monday, I have some sort of like inbox and messages to respond to throughout the week. And then my, Tuesday, Wednesday is more so like connecting and following up with people. Wednesday, Thursday is more like inviting just a little bit more, but like working through conversations with people and also connecting. I connect every single day. And then the weekends is more so just for like planning for my coach business, getting my week ready, replying to boot camper messages. So like your people that you have now, and kind of unplugging for your business. So just getting your little routine down, what feels best for you, is super important. Okay, so you should have been able to do at least 10 to 15. We will move on to follow-ups. All right, so following up, if you're a new coach, you may not have people to follow up with yet, so just keep inviting to that 3-day free group. They can still hop in there next week, and make sure to follow up with the people that you add into that group next week as well. So if you're an existing coach, I always follow up with someone until they block me or they die. Um, it's just like a saying because I probably wouldn't have joined my coach if she wasn't following up with me. So it's really important because people forget to see your messages. They they open it and then they just don't respond. So that's just like a personal experience for me is I always follow up with people. So if they didn't see your message, I would just leave it and kind of like keep going, quit focusing on if they saw it or not. Hopefully they'll reply, but write their name down. If you're tracking your people, you'll be able to kind of go back to them and see, okay, she hasn't seen my message yet. I'll wait a few more days. Now, if someone saw your message on Facebook or Instagram and you go to follow up with them, you can just send something as simple as like, hey, I saw that you got my last message. Not sure if you opened and forgot, but I know life gets busy. Shoot me your goals when you get a chance, or something like that. Whatever, wherever you stopped at the conversation, or if you ask them a question, and also like find out why someone says no. If they have an objection, if they wanted this and you followed up and they said like no thanks, make sure to go back to their pain point. What did they want from this? What were their goals? How they want to feel? Why they want to do this with you? Always go back to that pain point. And then always leave a conversation better than you found it. So free recipe, free workouts, morning routine tip. Give them your top 5 tips for drinking more water, something like that. If someone says they can't sign up, invite them to the free group. That's a tool you can use. Awesome. Here's my free 3-day group. Get on in there, try a few workouts, check out our nutrition stuff, and then maybe, you can join next month. Write their name down under a follow-up list on your computer or your phone. And the next month you will go back and say, hey, not sure if you're ready, but a spot is open with your name on it. So continuously just following up every single month with people. If I, was talking to someone and they said it's just not the right time, I will literally re-invite them the next month. So it's not like, hey, I see you supporting my journey and my stories. It's more so, hey, I know you said you couldn't join us last month. Is now a better time? So it's just like a 2 freaking sentence message. So that is how you're going to follow up with people. That's why tracking is super important. So you can sit down and go back to who you've talked to so you can follow up with every single person on your list. All right, there was some examples. I can drop those in the comments of this live stream, but that is it. That is a power hour. There's multiple different ways you guys can do this, but this just kind of helps you stay accountable, being on something to watch someone lead you through it. So I did my stuff on paper, and then I'm going to go back to my tracker and just check off the boxes that I got done and write down how many invites, connections, and follow-ups that I did. So have a great day. Make sure to let your coach know that you watched this, tag them in the comments, and we will see you later. Have a great weekend.